What's up, buddy?
Hello.
Hello. How's it going?
I'm doing good. Just relaxing right now. How are you?
Oh my gosh, it's you know, if I was somebody that was really interested in drinking, I'd start drinking this week.
Mm. Oh, okay, I understand.
Don't judge me.
Yeah, it's
Food.
the this has been a hell of a week, but how about you? So seven, thank you. How about you, my friend?
And I've been good. An immense weight has been lifted off my shoulder with the release of this game, and a new weight has been added with all of the press and marketing stuff that I'm trying to get for this game. So thank you for having me on the show.
Right. Um, yeah, no, I'm just like, you know what? We know you.
Mhm.
Get over here. So, but I imagine so. So, um, I'll just share with you. I can relate a little bit to the need for press and everything. Two of the things that I'm doing right now, and it's part of the reason we won't be streaming tomorrow, is that I'm in two public affairs roles. There's nothing in any of my job descriptions about public affairs, but guess who got stuck with it? So, and all of those events that I'm dealing with are kicking off middle to end of June, so it's just going to be a terribly toxic next 2 weeks. So, I can
Well, I wish you the best.
I wish you the best because I don't wish any of this public relations bullcrap on anybody.
Mhm.
So it's but no, it's
Don't judge me.
I need to figure out why
Food.
that always repeats. So the game's been out for what, like 2-3 weeks now, I think.
Yeah, it released on the 18th, so whatever that math is, I think it's just shy of 2 weeks.
Yes, that sounds about right. See, you're talking time and dates, and that's the only math I, as a historian, can do.
Mm.
So I appreciate you using simple numbers for me.
That's all I can do. So
Right.
in the same boat.
Yes. So, um, I remember when you started talking about doing this game. Um, it was kind of a half mention, I feel like, when you started talking about it in Discord. And then I remember, like, all of a sudden there was just like Twitter campaigns, and all of a sudden all these names started getting thrown out all over Twitter space. And I remember sitting there thinking to myself, just like, oh, holy shit. Bro threw down and and came out. So what is your background then? So we always talk a bunch of bullshit in Discord.
Mhm.
You rarely ever kind of sit down and think about, well, what the hell is this guy's background, or this person's background, or what is it that they do, or what is it that's their actual passion? I mean, we all had this one kind of common thread
Right.
that brought us together, but at the same time, you don't really think of it. So what is your background, kind of?
Right. Well, I guess now that the game's out, I can officially say that I'm a game developer, um, which is exciting. But beyond that, I started in like film and like broadcast media.
Okay.
But just game development kind of just uh, grabbed me in a way that like the other visual arts never really did.
Okay.
Um, Pair that with the fact that I've been volunteering in like the Japanese American community for oh god, since 2018 or 2015, so that's 8 years, I think.
Okay. So you kind of have that um, that kind of push both of these aspects. So you've got the broadcast thing, which should help you in your public affairs and public relations thing, your broadcast.
So we'll see. I'm behind the scenes and all the broadcasting stuff, so me
Right,
saying words smartly doesn't happen very often.
right. I can do words good. Um, but so yeah, so you've got this kind of the cultural background coupled with um, more of a technical kind of approach. And were you handling a lot of the technicalities on this game, or were you? I can't remember exactly what it was that you had listed, and it was awful. I'm a terrible interviewer because the information was literally right in front of me like a week ago, and um, so what was your key role here outside of, at least from my perspective, from what I saw, you were kind of like the driving component here. So what was the actual kind of background then for you as far as what you were doing with the game?
Yeah. So as I'm trying to remember. It's flushed out of my mind, but so
I
I
don't feel so
was
bad
the
anymore.
yeah no no. I did a lot of stuff for the game, primarily because you know I only Kickstart funded so much, but I mean we funded enough to pay everyone else, so that's all I really cared about.
Right.
But um, I was my proudest role on it is the producer. Um, but I was also co-director, programmer, and the character and background artist. So pretty much all visual, hand-drawn looking stuff on screen was flailed out by my little wrist here.
So that's actually kind of insane to me to think of. However, it's both insane and not. I want to see if I can, like, how quickly I can react to this. Um, so there's two things that have always stood out for me, and of course, only one of them I have readily available, and that is one of our fantastic inside jokes uh, from when we did. Gosh, was this like the first Jackbox night? I think. Audible question mark. But that was the who's choiping over here.
Oh, the choice! Oh my god! Oh, okay.
Yes. So that was the first one. But then was there like another one where it was just like a take on the OU meme? I
Yes, I did make some sort of like OU meme between, I believe, you and me.
Yes, and I that one is the one, of course, that I don't have readily available. But um, I was always just like, well, holy shit, he's able to like throw these together so stinking fast. So, are you one of the cool kids then that has like the little Wacom tablets?
Uh, no, I have like an iPad that I've stolen from or claimed from my family, and now it's just mine by, I guess, squatters' rights or whatever.
Okay, so are you seriously making all this shit just like by? Is it stylus on the iPad or is it finger?
We, I stole the iPad and then I splurged on a stylus. So yeah.
Okay, so a little bit of column A and a little bit of column B.
Yeah.
Solid. Okay. Um, yeah, because I think we've all seen whenever I do my fantastic little stuff on Jackbox, the disaster that is my attempt at drawing, and it's never pretty. It's always a stick figure with some random text drawn in. So.
I mean, to be fair though, that's what Jackbox is supposed to be.
Right.
If everything looked like the Mona Lisa, it wouldn't be a good game.
So
there.
Yeah, I found it. So my new day job is art. No. So I have a situation that's kind of similar to yours, Isaac, in that I've somehow fallen into the graphic design role at work. My ex literally went to school for this, and I'm doing stuff that she did. And one of the things that she always used to like kind of drill into me is how much better she was at me at everything. And hey, you know what? Um, X, if you're out there listening, sucks to suck. Anyway, so, so yeah, you're doing all this stuff now. My kind of background here, is so I actually am. I'm a quarter Asian, but I'm not a quarter Asian to where I think the target demographic is of this. I'm Southwest Asian, so Syria, Lebanon, um, over towards Jordan, and all those places
Okay.
is a quarter of my ethnic background. Um, but one of the things that's always gotten me kind of moving whenever we talked about AAPI month and everything like that has been my best friend growing up, who we shared the same name, the same initials, and to the minute, he was a week younger than I was actually he's first generation American from the Philippines.
Mm.
So it's and I've had a lot of friends going through school, and it feels weird talking about it in this light because I'm always just like, oh well, my best friend's friend is no, that's not what this is at all.
Mhm.
But because I've had those relationships, it's always been something where um, I know these people, so therefore it's closer to me. It feels like, and I think that's how it is for a lot of people. But yeah, so when I saw this and exactly what it was, I jumped on it. Unfortunately, you guys were kickstarting when I had no money.
Lit.
So,
That's more than okay. I expected $0 to come in, so like the fact that we even got like two people, I'm like, wow, this is, and one of those two people is my mom, so
you know what though? That's okay. That's the coolest thing here though is that your mom was as supportive, supportive enough to really kind of do that. Because there's a lot of parents and family members, but older. I don't want to say I don't want to perpetuate the stereotype of okay boomer because I don't I tend to lean towards that, so I don't want to like shoot myself in the
Mhm.
foot, but there is a disconnect between generations. We have access to, Twitch and we game on Steam and all these fantastic things. And they can barely program a VCR. So there's a disconnect there. So but that's really cool that she was willing to support you, like she did. So
Yeah, I'm always grateful for that, and like the actual like Japanese American communities that I've like volunteered in, a lot of them actually came out for this game, even though a lot of them do fall into that same category of not knowing how to um program a VCR. Like I got so many emails that were like, I don't understand what this is, but you have my support.
right,
It's just that means the world to me. So
and I think you could tap in on that. It's educational, right?
mhm.
It's an educational based visual novel, which I this this is not designed to sound insulting, but I think it will be. But I have nothing else to provide. My only experience with dating simulators, educational games, and visual novels thus far has been literally the Colonel Sanders dating sim,
Mhm.
which is why I said dating simulator when that was a Freudian slip. Um, but that's all that I have. So when I'm doing this pivot to this, it's actually kind of special, and it's nice to see the different kind of um, word that I'm looking for here, the contrasts,
Oh yeah, yeah,
uh,
yeah.
kind of come out. But I'm glad that people could definitely recognize that um, for what it was. Now, one of the questions that you're gonna get asked more if you're doing stuff like this, see, you can just take me as a test run, Isaac. I'm a test
Mhm.
run for the actual important people.
Ah, you're important.
No, stop it. Um, what was the challenge? Like every project has the challenge or that incident. So, so in J Town's development and production, and when we get to this point in the game, what was the incident?
Uh, I'll be honest. I don't think there was the incident. I think that like my team was incredibly easy to work with, and like you know, everyone was like super good at what they did. So if I had to like say what the incident was, it was more just me as the producer and co-director and artist, and you know, not like in a braggadocious way, but like I had a lot of stuff um on my back that I had to like deal with for the game.
Sure.
The biggest thing or the hardest thing for me to deal with was just pacing myself.
Hmm.
um I don't know if you saw any of like the early campaign stuff, but I was like, yeah, I want this game out by like August or September of 2022. And it came out in May of 2023, so I was off by a week or two.
Yeah, just a couple of days.
Yeah, but like yeah, that drive to not like burn myself out on this project was probably like the hardest thing for me, because like after the Kickstarter campaign I was like, I am exhausted. I needed like a month just to recover.
Right. Well, and yeah, that's how it is. But, and I found this with some stuff too. Um, what better month to kick it off in than May?
Hmm.
So I think that worked in your favor. I know I'm the same way. I got a project. I'm just like, man, I just want to get this done. I want to get it off my chest. I don't want to have to worry about this anymore. This, the idea that it's just sitting there sucks, kind of, and it's especially if it's a passion, labor of love, right?
Hmm.
You just want to get it done. Um, but sometimes it's just, it's better to, kind of have it. It's better to have things at the right time than quickly. And I've actually had to learn that myself. Working in the job that I do, and I have to be careful with how I word that, uh,
Hmm.
because some nasty people are going to show up at my or at my doorstep and break my legs if I say the wrong thing. But yeah, it's one of those kinds of things. Um, so yeah, but it is good, like Navi says here. It's good to hear that it largely went well. It largely went I'm going to say mostly unimpeded. Because I don't want to say that it wasn't impeded at all. You and I both know that's not true.
Hmm.
Every project gets impeded in some way. Zosin, I'm going to start charging you bits for every time you mention the VTuber model. I am going to do that. But so one other thing, and then we're gonna launch into the game here. Or we're gonna see if I can launch into the game here, as long as my computer's been doing some weird things today. But
Hmm.
um, explain purple hair avatar Isaac. This is something that has been puzzling me, and I've been wanting to know the inspiration behind this for a long time. Because the simple answer is it's a self-portrait. But I've seen you, and you don't have purple hair. Um, so yes, I need answers. We need answers, Isaac.
Hmm. Well, I guess the boring answer is just, it looks good because it's a cartoon character, so I can like spruce it up a little bit.
Right.
Yeah, I don't actually want to like dye my hair and like maintain it, especially maintain it.
Right.
So like I'm fine with this being like a fictionalized version of myself. It also just pops a little bit, so.
So I no joke thought the first time that I saw that, um, is that you had a really nerdy sounding voice that was a bit more high pitched like this. And that's always what I had kind of envisioned when I saw this dude, is that he was talking like this. Hey guys, who's charting over here? You know, and he had to have the half broken Bostonian accent. For some stupid reason, I gave you an accent. So, um, but yeah, that I have to come clean. That is exactly how I envisioned it for the longest time.
To be
So
fair, I think that's just the general vibe that I give off.
that could be. Um, but I have a really terrible track record with putting voices to individuals. I can put faces to names usually pretty
Mhm.
well. But when it comes to people's voices, it's just like, no, man. You got perfect pitch, but that's all you got. You you've got nothing else going on. So, yes. Let's see here. Did it pin? It did not pin. So let me go and. How dare you? All right, let's see here. The other thing that I wanted. So, I'm sure that this is self-explanatory, but what inspired going with the name of J-Town? Are we basing it kind of like J-pop, J-rock? We have J-town. Was it similar to that, or was there something else?
Um, Partially, Japantown is a lot wordier. But also if you like visit these communities and you like work and live in these communities,
Mm-hmm.
that's just what you call it. It's J Town.
Okay.
Um, but then I had to like just put the hyphen and just make it a little more clear because normally when like we're texting about it or emailing about it, J Town, one word, no hyphen, no capitalization, and then it just doesn't read as well. So
I gotcha.
I had to really put the emphasis on that J right there.
J. Yes. Well, and I mean, you know, I think it works.
Mhm.
So okay, I have to. I'm going to lose chat on screen here for just a minute. So chat, you need to behave. You need to behave because I have to do preferences because I have to. Window. There we go. Oh my, I have to. There we go. Oh my goodness. There we go. So I will set it so that we have some volume here to chat. Don't worry. And for some reason, the screen's going to be all weird there for a minute. But, I want to make sure the volume's not killing me, but it's also not killing chat. But I want to make sure that we hear it, because you got voice talent in on here too, don't you?
Yeah, it's partially voice acted.
Okay. Which is very cool.
Yeah, that's a shout out to Abby, Abby, and then
Yep.
another voice acting friend, Maddie, for finding so many people. Like when I started talking to them about like the project, it was like, oh, we'll have like 5 people in the cast. I think we ended up with like there's 14 characters, and I think it's like 12, 12 actors, something like that.
Oh my. That
Yeah,
that's
so
that's pretty
yeah,
impressive, actually.
yeah, we put them to work.
That's actually really cool to hear, because I remember seeing, like, again, I followed early, and I remember seeing the calls go out, and I just remember um then all the announcements coming left and right. I'm just like, damn, that's actually really cool. So, well, we will get started here. Real quick, so I want to make sure that I do it proper justice. What is the typical runtime on this?
Um, Looking at like our averages and stuff, if people are just playing it and reading it silently, it takes like an hour ish.
Okay.
And if people are actually voicing out, stopping to talk, it took about like 2 hours.
Okay. We'll do a little bit of exploring too. Now, y'all have to be polite and nice to me though, because I don't know fuck all about what it is that I'm doing. So, but if it's an educational game, I shouldn't have to worry too much about that. It should be pretty straightforward. So,
Yeah, we had a very good writer on the team, so
hey, sometimes the writing part is the hardest part.
oh, I know. Gosh,
Um,
that's why I didn't do it.
right. So it's one of the things that has amazed me in both of my professions is that these are supposed to be professional writers that I'm dealing with, but they can't write. There's always typos. Um, so yes, as it says here, we're looking at three particular J towns in California. So San Francisco, San Jose, and Los Angeles is Little Tokyo. Um, which this is nice because I feel like that provides a little bit more of a connection too. Because now it's just like, oh, I've been near these places for a lot of people, or I've been there. So it's something for them to kind of have a connection with. I want this car. Mostly because I want these two bottles of liquor right here and the champagne glasses. So who again, all these names are listed on the Twitter. Wow, words really are hard tonight. Who did a lot of your storyboarding then? You mentioned that you had with the character design. Who did a lot of the storyboarding that you have here?
That was almost exclusively our writer Taylor Week. She's like a journalist in SoCal who does a bunch of stuff for like AAPI related content.
Okay.
But that it was almost exclusively her. Like we had a bunch of meetings like early on to kind of like figure out the main like topics we wanted to cover.
Mm-hmm.
And I wrote a few things, basically anything that's like comes out of this white man's mouth that's on screen right now. It's heinous and it was written by me, but like most everything else was written by Taylor.
Okay. So this is our heinous. This is the Colonel Sanders of this game. Um,
Yeah.
yes, the fact that we must defeat this man. Uh, so and with a name like Dan, is it Domadime or Domadime?
We say Domodime because of Fairly Odd Parents, which is yeah,
Okay,
loose inspiration for this character.
gotcha. I it's not lost on me too. The characteristics of the character that you selected here too. So kind of the blonde hair, blue eyed, fancy mustache. Yes. Oh man, and this dude's our boss. I hate it already. Give me the 19th off, boss man. A stoic
Hi there.
assistant. Well, boy, howdy. He really is a Colonel Sanders. Neighborhood is what we call free real estate.
He wasn't originally super Colonel Sandersy, but our voice actor Levi Squire,
Mm-hmm.
he came in and just delivered like a potent Doug Dimmadome kind of a voice. So I was like, all right, we gotta lean into this.
Yes, gotta lean into that. Boy, howdy.
Mhm.
Yeehaw!
Huh.
I heard that. Oh my gosh. So I love too that he's like confounding K-pop into anime too already, and then the generic blanket of Asian town. So like right out the gate, there's already some interesting dynamic that's kind of created there. Yes. And I will not go into my historian diatribe on the connection between Korea and Japan. I will not do it. I will save it from this particular stream. I can't protect you all from the next stream, though. I might go off about it.
Chinese
Listen,
neighborhood or
I
something.
apologize for all things that my people have done.
It's listen, all people have been shitheads in the past. It's part of history.
Doesn't really matter. Point is,
Mhm.
That's interesting. So bento boxes with samurais and then BTS spellers on them. Oh, all that I know is that if there's anybody, I don't know a lot about BTS, other than that they're K-pop. And I do know, however, if somebody said this, mentioned BTS in the same sentence, they would probably rage, kind of like T Swift's fans.
huh.
Yeah, they got their army.
Yes. Fortunately for me, the folks living here are kind of stubborn, but that's why I hired you. Oh no.
Oh.
What was your name again? What is our name? You know what? Our name is going to be Chathew. Chad, it's you. It's you, Chathew. They so do they actually like refer to you by name several times throughout the game too?
Hmm.
Okay. Chat, chat, it's going to be you. It's going to be
Oh
you
man,
playing this
chat!
game.
I can't believe chat's participating in gentrification of a marginalized neighborhood.
I know, chat. I thought so much so highly of you. This is what you get for not doing well on your report card this semester.
Right, right.
I don't know, just something about him being just like, right, right, Chathew, right, Chathew. Chattington Smith? Anyhow, your job is to convince these folks that giving some land to Dopamine Corp for the Dopamine Anime Extravaganza will be good for their little neighborhood. I did not know that that voice was going to be so readily available. Congratulations, you guys. There's your extra voice acting for free.
Cool. I'll PayPal you later.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That nickel, I'll be expecting it.
Hmm.
Any questions? Let's see here. Actually, I'm really a THK voice patch. Please don't do that. You would lose all of your fans. Okay?
I'm gonna clip this one part of stream and then like just add it into the voice.
Oh
Just that
God.
one bit of dialogue line in.
Oh no. What's the difference? Oh. So I'm gonna try and understand that you're one of two things based off what I've seen here. So I wanted to do this whole thing justice. I wanted to learn this game for the first time on stream.
Hmm.
And so my initial perception here, and I'm mentioning it because I think this might be your point, is either I am somebody that is already skeptical of this individual and our task, or I'm somebody who is,
Don't judge
hey,
me.
there's the Colonel Sanders chicken right
Food.
there. Or I'm somebody that is uh, maybe a little bit more stone-hearted, and the game is to kind of work me out of being this stone-hearted individual and kind of have that. I don't want to say Disney transformation because that's so cliche, but kind of the Disney transformation where you kind of have your heart melted a little bit. Um, those are my initial two thoughts of who I am. This guy's just a dick, is who this is. So,
Correct. As long as you got that, we are on the right tracks.
yes. I know it's your first day and all, but if you mess this up, you're fired. Yeah, and that's how you have to say it too. It has to sound like far. Fired! I'll check in around. So wait, you're expecting me to go into a neighborhood and convince literally everybody in the neighborhood to sell their shit that it's probably all that they have in 3 hours?
Yeah.
That guy really is a dick.
Now get out there and make me some money!
I'll make you money by making you lose money. Actually, I'm just gonna share with this. If this was me, I would go to one house and be just like, "Hey, this raggedy old white dude wants me to convince you to sell your property. Can you tell him that I haggled you down from $7.5 million to $6 million and he can take your trash can away?" Or something stupid like that, just to piss him off. This is the kind of dude that just needs to be pissed off all the time. Bodyguard shoves you out of the car and they speed off. Wow. And they definitely just ran that red light. Love the add-in. Behold. I do love the art, so please share that. The art is beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. Most of the backgrounds that you're gonna see in the game are like just references or very close, yeah, references to the actual J10s that like were inspiring this game. So like this is San Jose.
Okay. Shops with that appear much older with chipping paint and dull neon signs. There's a joke I want to make here, but this is not the right time for it. I will make the joke at the end of the stream. So remind me, there's a joke to be made. Folks are out and about shopping and chit-chatting, young and old. That is one of the things that I've noticed about a lot of the Asian communities. So I have been through 2 Chinatowns, one in DC and one in Chicago. And what I've noticed, at least about the 2 that I've been through, is that they are walking communities by and large. And but the emphasis is not on the walking, it's on the community part, because they are out talking, they are out chatting, they are interacting. They are interacting far more than the American city that surrounds it. So, well, I say Chinatown in DC. I really mean like the seafood district, because it's almost all exclusively individuals from China, and I think there's a few Korean shops that are mixed in there, but a lot of them are Chinese owned. At least the ones that I encountered when I was there. They also had it's also located like right next to a deli that also has a bakery inside. And you can get the biggest black and white cookies ever in there. They're freaking good. I've been wanting to go back to DC just to get the black and white cookies.
You okay?
Uh-oh. There's a person walking towards me. His shirt is bright. J-Town is more fun when you're not on the ground. Nonsense! I love pushing earth.
Hey!
This is Sam. Sam I am. It's more comfortable than it looks. My name is Chathew. Nice to meet you. See? Chathew likes pushing earth.
Mm-hmm.
Pleasure is all mine. And look at this man. He's being so nice.
This your first time in J-Town?
It is.
Nice.
Our little corner of the world. And many others.
By the way...
I love that he makes the observation that, yeah, I saw you get thrown out of that limo.
Ugh. Listen.
I'm assuming you don't know anything about J-Town if you're working for that guy. I just love that he's already referred to as that guy. It makes me happy.
This little 4-block neighborhood means a lot to everyone here for a lot of different reasons.
Not interested in opening up Domadime's den of derogatory doodads. Who came up with this?
That's an Isaac special right there.
Is it? Okay.
Yes.
I was gonna say it reads like that. That's well played too.
Thank you.
Why are both of the options I don't like? Where's the, yeah, I know my boss is a dick. Let me just look around and talk to a few people. We'll go with please give me a chance. Because this sounds like such a conglomerate kind of response. I don't want to...
Listen,
Been propositioning us for a while now. Dude, no means no.
ugh.
Turned him down multiple times and our answer is still no. See? Still no. Stop being a dick. Okay, but why not? Chat, just... No means no, chat.
Come on, Chad.
Come on. You sit you down at Gammon Coffee and give you the full slideshow presentation.
Mm-hmm.
Takimochi, that church over there. Even probably find someone who will chat you up in the grocery store. See, this is what I mean, though. That nobody's really all that off-putting. They'll talk to you. That's their day. That's a normal person's day. We are the abnormal people, chat. Us sitting right here, we're the abnormal ones.
Mm-hmm.
Start at one of those places, and I'm sure you'll find your way. Or Sharon, you head over to... Uh-oh. He'll be back, chat. I love that this man just finger gunned us, too. That makes me happy. Chat, what do you feel? Do we go to the market, do we go to the church, or do we go find the sweet smell? Or, Isaac, do you have a suggestion for us?
It's chat. Whatever chat's feeling in their heart. I think.
Chat, you've got decisions to make. We want to go to the shop? Oh, no. It's not what I please. It's what chat pleases. This is chat you play. Food! We'll do the shop. Follow your nose down the street. Couple strolling hand in hand, each happily munching on something round, white, and soft-looking. By the way, we had boba tonight, and I made the mistake of adding too much water to the creme brulee mocha, or the boba, and yeah.
Creme brulee boba. That's wild.
Yeah, I was sad. Some sort of dessert, maybe. It's not lunch yet, but you could go for something sweet. Walk a bit further until you spot a gaggle of teens loitering in front of us. A gaggle of teens, Isaac. A gaggle of teens.
Yeah, a gaggle.
A gaggle. I love it. Nobody uses the term gaggle anymore. That's especially to describe teenagers. Pulling those same soft, sticky mounds from crinkly wrappers. This must be the place. Miyazaki Mochi, according to the sign above the door. You step inside. We are now pink, or purple pink. We're colors. We're very 1980s. Stepping inside, the first thing you notice is that the shop is tiny. Probably just a handful of customers can be in here at a time. Glass display cases lining the wall, on the other hand, are filled to the brim with small treats, all nestled in paper wrapping. There's only one woman behind the counter, but she seems busy talking to a little boy. You decide to browse around in the meantime. Digging this music too. What was the music inspiration on all this, or really, who was your music person?
So our composer, his name's Robert Lee. He's currently LA based, but we've been working together for years on a bunch of other projects. But in terms of the music, we mostly just wanted like a lot of really fun, chill stuff, and I love it. We worked on this stuff for a long time. It's one of my favorite parts of the game, and it's one of the things that like gets like the most compliments too. We're working on like this is a promo for my friend, whatever.
Fine.
We're working on mastering the OST, and we'll be releasing that when it's done.
Oh,
So if you like the tunes, you know,
sweet.
they'll be out
I
soon.
love it. Awesome. Good to hear. Most of the desserts are round, but some are rectangular too, and they all look so soft and sweet. Some are pink, some are dusted with a light brown powder, and oh! There's the white one you saw the other customers eating. You bend to take a closer look. Little boy darts past you, nearly knocking you off my feet. Damn kids!
Sean!
Uh-oh, Sean, you're in trouble. How many times have I told you to watch where you're going? Woman words. The woman quickly steps out from behind the counter and helps you up.
I'm so sorry.
My son doesn't have school today, so he's helping out here. Oh, it's alright, ma'am. I'm actually a terrible person. My name's Chathew. Let's see. Chat, I'm gonna make you be a good person.
He is. You know, he kinda reminds me of myself at that age.
Running around this very store, giving my dad trouble while he was tending to customers. See, family businesses. So, Isaac, I don't know exactly where are you based, LA?
I'm based in San Jose.
Okay. Do they have... I'm trying to figure out how to describe this. Because we have two of them here, and there's a lot of them in Iowa. But I don't know, I've never seen them in, like, Chicago or something, the larger city. Do they have family restaurants that are, like, a hodgepodge of food? And for some reason, it's not really, like, family operated, but they say it's family owned, so it's still a family restaurant. And then you go in, and all the food has no flavor, and it's all old people. Do you have a restaurant like that in San Jose? Not necessarily associated with J-Town, I'm just saying in general.
Oh. You know, I don't think if we do, I don't go to them. And I think enough of San Jose has been, you know, hit by the tech boom gentrification that, like, a lot of, like, I mean, bummer alert, but, like, a lot of those kind of, like, smaller mom and pop shops that aren't, like, super standout kind of get bought out and drowned out in the noise.
So, I want to share with you all real quick the American version of a mom and pop restaurant. Okay? Imagine, if you will, a restaurant that's literally just named Restaurant. I'm not shitting you. This is a real place, okay? Imagine, if you will, a mom and pop restaurant that's just named Restaurant. Sometimes they will put the word family in front of the restaurant to make it seem more unique. You go into the restaurant, it's all green carpeting. Green carpeting that looks exactly like it's out of a 1980s snuff film. You proceed to look to your left. There is a counter with a bunch of Mentos and Juicy Fruit gum on the counter with a cash register. Then, next to that, there is a large seating area, and inside the seating area, there is a rotisserie with pie and desserts. You look at the menu, and the fish tastes exactly like the hamburger, which tastes exactly like the soup, which tastes exactly like the cardboard boxes that the soup came in. And then you
You're
look
really selling this.
and then you look around you, and you realize that all the people inside of this building look like Bruce Lee after he died.
Oh no.
That is the American version of a mom pop restaurant, ladies and gentlemen. And we have not one, but two of them here in town. Anyway, that is all to say that this wonderful lady here and her family establishment clearly have better taste than many of the American counterparts do. Yes, I'll go to a restaurant and then go to vehicle. Yes. I swear, I've been in this restaurant, and I think that the only thing that they serve there is they trick parents to bring their children there so the old people can siphon off their youth. Like, rejuvenate themselves, because there's no taste in anything that they have there. Your dad worked here
Yep.
too? Oh yeah, and his dad before him. My great-grandfather opened Miyazaki Mochi back when Japanese people started moving here. The oldest shop in J-Town. Really, as a historian, I would like for you to tell me more. Surely you have photographs.
My name is Sharon Miyazaki, by the way.
Yeah, you got one up on the wall.
Sorry if I'm
Yes.
all over the place.
So much to do here. Oh my god. So, some of these look weird, like they're filled with stuff. This man clearly has never heard of a jelly-filled donut.
Well,
Everything you see here is mochi, Japanese rice snacks.
hmm.
Mochi is typically made by steaming rice, then pounding it until it gets soft and molding it into these balls. I learned something. I do not know much about mochi. All that I know is that there's a Kevin in our server that has mochi in his name. The family has our own secret recipe, though. Ooh. Isaac, is she actually Colonel Sanders?
You got me. She's the one wearing the apron. You got me.
She's wearing an apron and she has her own secret recipe. I don't know. Mighty suspicious. You work here by yourself? I have several employees, including those helping make the mochi in the back. I'm running the place alone yet. I took over just last year, and after my dad hurt his back and had to retire, which seems to be a lot of how retirement happens in a lot of the smaller shops I've noticed. It's just one of the family members goes out and the other one steps right in. It's business as usual. It's kind of amazing.
Well,
And if I'm being honest, it's kind of a lot, especially since I'm raising two young ones. Yeah. Didn't realize how much work it'd be ordering ingredients, shipping mochi to our bigger buyers, and balancing the checkbooks.
Dad made it look so easy.
I imagine so. Figure he's probably been doing it for 30 plus years too. Oh, and like all of that isn't enough to turn my hair gray. Turn it even grayer. My kids have already aged me plenty. I have to worry about rent at the end of the day. Ugh. So, Isaac, I need you to educate me here a little bit. In a lot of these areas, are these shops and buildings, a lot of them, owned by white people, or are they owned by other people of color? Are they owned by other AAPI? Like, what is the relationship generally? Because when I see something specifically like this, we'll take Sharon's story here as an example, where she's multiple generations into the business. So, because of where I've been raised and how I've been raised and the environment around me, in my mind, I click to the default, you should own that building, or at the very least have a stake in the building. So how does that generally work? Or is that explained later on and I'm jumping ahead in the story?
No, we don't really get into it too much because, like, I mean, this game is a very much a vertical slice of J community.
Okay.
So yeah, no, we don't get into this a lot, but it kind of depends on like where you are. Like a lot of these J towns, actually, I can't even say that. It really depends on where you are. Like San Jose, we've been very lucky that a lot of them are the owners.
Okay.
But that's because back when Japanese Americans first moved to America, and they couldn't buy land, it was leased. For example, San Jose, the owner was, I believe he was a Jewish doctor named Heinleinville, or yeah, Dr. Heinlein.
Okay.
And he was a very compassionate guy and like lent or rented the land to Japanese Americans because they couldn't buy it.
Gotcha.
And because of that, like, and this is specifically San Jose, Japantown, when incarceration happened in 1942, our land was able to be protected. So we weren't driven out, and like no other like communities moved in, burned down the place like a lot of other J towns have.
Sure.
So like in San Jose, Japantown, a lot of people have been very fortunate to own the property, but like I believe in SF that wasn't the case. So they had like white business owners coming in, owning the land, and then leasing that to the Japanese Americans who came back from their incarceration in World War II.
Okay. I got you. I'm following you now.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing, I know it was a big thing throughout the U.S., but I know that the West Coast was particularly hard hit when the incarcerations became a thing, generally because of the large population concentration on the West Coast. But that existed throughout the U.S. I mean, there were Japanese Americans throughout the entire country, and one of the things that doesn't get talked about a lot though with some of that too is that there is a lot of racism tied up in that, in addition to, because there were also a lot of Chinese Americans that were getting wrapped up into that whole thing too, and that spread was across the entire country, mostly because of the railroads that came through in the 19th century. So there's a large population, nobody doing any research on exactly what the hell it was that they were doing, and pulling a lot of triggers. So
Yeah.
fun stuff.
Yeah, and I believe that just to be in the full educational mode right now, it was only the West Coast that was really enforcing the incarceration laws,
Right.
and that was partially because the what's it called? Japanese Americans like kind of dominated the farming industry back then, and a lot of farmers, like non-Asian farmers, were the ones being like, "Hey, we should really, get them out of here." Like, if you went to like Colorado, Japanese Americans were not incarcerated there.
Right. There were a few, not necessarily in Colorado. There were some other central, especially in the South, in the isolated communities in the South, and a few up in New England that were, I don't want to say incarcerated, because when we're talking about incarceration in this way, we're talking about like mass grouped up and then like shipped out somewhere. But they were jailed under suspicion.
Yes.
And this was not isolated. This was there were large numbers of individuals being jailed under suspicions. A large community, and it wasn't reported on all that much. Large communities, especially in, and when I say large, I mean relative to the population and the population per capita, in New Mexico, Arizona, Texas, and Oklahoma, as well as Illinois. Illinois, Missouri, and Kentucky. I had to think real quick. Mostly because, for some stupid reason, we're concerned about espionage on Manhattan Project somehow making its way out. We were so damn worried that the Japanese were going to be involved with this. We didn't pay attention to the fact that there were Soviets literally hanging out on the ridge overlooking Los Alamos. So yeah, it kind of came around back to get us, but it was bad. We could have a whole story on that for sure.
Oh yeah.
Let's move on here. Business is good, but it could always be better, so rent doesn't have to weigh on my mind. Life sucks and then you die. Jeez, Isaac.
I didn't write this one.
Bit development in this area would bring more business. I hate saying that. I hate both of these options. Why does this man have to be such a douchebag?
Absolutely not.
Look what you made me pick, chat. Sorry for yelling. I've seen that happen in other neighborhoods. This particular thing right here is not exclusive to J-Towns, by the way. This is a problem that is in every single community in the United States. And that is this idea that if we develop it and make it bigger, it'd be better. Okay. So, I have kids that play in my front yard. Speed limit's 25 miles per hour and it's a 2-lane road. Or put a gas station at the end of the road so that it'll bring new business to the area with a grocery store. Okay. Won't that increase the amount of cars coming down the road? Yeah, that's why we're going to make the road wider. Yeah, we're also going to do a speed study to increase the speed limit of the road. Okay, so now my house is going to drop in property value and my kids aren't safe in my front yard anymore. So, yes, that's a problem. That's not just a J-Town problem.
Yeah.
Fancy high-rises that attract well-off folks. Those people don't really care about the community they live in. It's true. Just want to say they live in a hip part of town and then turn right around and complain when our cultural festivals go on late into the night. More people doesn't necessarily mean more business, you know. I'll share with you guys. I live on a street that used to be residential. That went through that same thing that I just mentioned here. We have a church and a school across the street, and I get super duper excited. They had music blaring over there. They had a live band 10 o'clock at night. Then they did fireworks at like 10:30 or 11 o'clock. Pissed the people in the apartment buildings off. I loved it. I was out there with a chair sitting on the edge of my driveway. Like, this is awesome. Because the more you do stuff like that too, what happens to the crime rate? It goes down. So, worst part about development, the value of all this property here goes up, which means my rent likely goes up too. Some of the other ethnic neighborhoods are practically ghost towns now because their local shops had to close. For real estate where there is business, that is true. For real estate where it's residential, the opposite happens. The property value crashes, but the rent and the mortgages stay the same, which is really shady. Already drowning here. There's no way we could keep our doors open if I have to pay even more than what I'm already paying. It'd be a nightmare. Yes, it would be. Chat, you didn't think about it like that. You never think, do you, Chathu? I swear. Embarrassed for unloading on you like that. A perfect stranger. Aw. She's such a sweetheart. We're not strangers anymore, right? Just get so frightened when I think about a world where Miyazaki Mochi doesn't exist.
My great-grandfather sacrificed so much to get here from Japan and build this place from the ground up. If Miyazaki Mochi disappears, so does my family legacy that we worked so hard to maintain. Running this place is hard, but I love it. It's home.
Did you select which lines to voice Is that to increase the impact on those lines?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Okay. And I want to preserve it so I can pass it on to Sean when he's ready. Phone rings by the
Ah.
register. I'm expecting that call. Here, let me pack some mochi for you. It's on the house. Aw, we got free mochi. We're gonna be nice and insist on paying. I insist on giving you mochi. The least I can do after making you listen to me complain about my life. Rude to reject a gift, you know. That's what the Trojans wanted us to think. It's rude to reject gifts. Just kidding.
Hmm.
Blueberry mochi. Filled with fresh blueberries we get from a local Japanese American farm, so it's extra special.
Come again.
And a pleasure meeting you. Oh my.
So, a fun fact about this part of the script,
Mm-hmm.
and this is just me bragging about my writer because she did an amazing job on it.
Sure.
This is virtually untouched. This is basically the first draft she sent me.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Wow.
this is like the first thing she sent in too. I think she nailed exactly what this game was going for, or what I was going for with this game. So like, yeah, she sent this in. I was like up out of my seat, running around. I was so excited because, yeah. When I got the script, I was like, yeah, we have something really special here.
Yeah, I can see that. And it sounds like it too. Yeah, maybe we should hire her at work. Maybe maybe we've been looking in the wrong places. All right, so we're back out on the streets. Chat, where are we going now? Are we going to church or are we going to the market? Really shows the talent of a writer being able to play off the information that they're given. Yeah, for sure. I agree with that too. We'll see here.
Oh, and one other like fun little behind the scenes little tidbit. All the characters in the backgrounds with faces.
Mm-hmm.
Not just like the generic shapes like that person like way in the back. Everybody is either a backer who like put in like enough money into our Kickstarter campaign to be a character, or they're one of the devs in the game.
Oh, okay. So is Purple Hair Isaac in here?
I am, but it's not in the same capacity.
Okay. I think we're gonna go to the bustling market. Because you don't bring food into a church. We have food now. Let's go to the market, eat our food, and then we'll go to church. Place looks busy. Surely you can get information out of someone that... I need to talk to Brenda! Sign above the entrance reads, Umai Market. Enter the store. Oh my god. Tell your composer they did a great job.
Yeah, I'll pass that on.
Hey, so coming from a musical family, I can say that. And it means literally 0.1% more than a random stranger on the street saying that. but no, this is great.
Yeah, I'm glad. I legit have like just put the music on while I'm working. And I'm like, oh, I've been listening to the same song for an hour.
Right? Yeah. No, I'm able to pick out new things like each loop too. So. Wait, what? Oh, hey, empty. How's it going?
Yeah, happy AAPI Heritage June.
Yes, we're 2 days late, but it's okay. I think you guys will forgive me.
Yeah, it's still API Heritage Month, and it's still Black History Month, and it's Pride Month. A lot to celebrate.
That's
all
right.
the time.
All the time. I'm one of those individuals. I don't like history months. And the reason I don't is because this should be something that you shouldn't need a month. It should just be part of your history.
Yeah,
And,
I,
and
I
his,
completely agree.
yep, and history should be all the time. So, but I recognize the months for what they are and just
Yeah.
the marketing thing of it. But yeah, so anyway. But yes, we've made it to the marketplace, and I love the blue. Here's the produce section, stockpiled with greens. Over there are the checkout counters, manned by polite and efficient employees. What? You have employees? It's not self-checkout. There's 6 self-checkouts, and all 5 of them are broken, and there's only 1 left? What? Neurodivergent awareness month is about to be neurodivergent year. Annual ADHD. Walking down an aisle, though, it quickly becomes obvious that this isn't exactly your own neighborhood market. Bags of chips and crackers all have Japanese writing on them. There's a shelf stacked with different kinds of seaweed, from jars of flakes to entire sheets of the stuff. Polite employees is a rarity, says the impolite employee that's in chat. Until now, you didn't know seaweed could come in so many forms. True story, by the way. History Kevin recently had to go on a trip to Japan and Korea. And we routinely have to travel outside of the country for various things. But he was upset that I couldn't go with. And the reason he really wanted me to go with is I can read and speak some Japanese. And I just remember how upset he was. He's just like, gets back from the travel office. This is bullshit. You know? Why did you have to be teleworking at the beginning of the year? Because, dude, okay? I have a sick parent. I have to, you know? But yeah, I remember that. And when he got back, he's just like, I have never seen so many lines and not understood what any of the lines meant in my life. So, this man went to basic training, so I'm just like, ew. Poor Kevin. He did bring me back some really bitchin' hot sauce, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you turn down an aisle appearing to only contain large bags of rice that you stop dead in your tracks. There, on the floor, is the mop monster, or the grudge, or a white rice, brown rice, yellow bags, white bags, bags with little red flowers on them. An entire aisle devoted to rice. You've never seen such a thing before. My thing was cooler, but this is pretty cool, actually. I like rice. It's so easy. Anyway. Oh, man, you should see your
Bruh.
face right now. Oh, God. Bruh. I love it. Oh, I can replay. Cool.
Bruh.
You whirl around and come face to face with a girl holding a shopping basket, laughing. Doesn't look much younger than you. Maybe a college student? There's your quote, by the way. Empty just gave you the quote that you need to post.
Thank you.
Yes. I'm not trying to be mean. I actually know the feeling. The first time I came here, I probably looked just like you. That nowhere sounds like me, but I thought I had my VOD playing. I was feeling homesick and craving the rice my mom used to make growing up. I totally thought there was just one kind everyone ate, but boy, was I wrong. I don't like that that's an option, Isaac. Mind your own business, you weirdo. Out of state, actually. Grew up in a really small town you've probably never heard of. I'm an Iowan, so try me. Just try me. We have all of the towns you've never heard of. We have Truth and Consequences. Real town, by the way, Truth and Consequences. We have Balltown. We're aware of the town known as Intercourse, Pennsylvania.
All Town USA is amazing. Should have named my game that. Jeez.
Welcome to Balltown. It's right next door to Flavatown. The most obscure Iowan town I can name is Des Moines.
Yeah, never heard of that one.
It's the capital of Iowa.
I know.
You people are so mean. The best part is we call it Des Moines. Des Moines County. Des Moines is not in Des Moines County. And the Des Moines River does not go through Des Moines. And the Des Moines Rapids are not even close to Des Moines, nor are they in Des Moines County. And then, if you go over towards Chicago, there's Des Plaines. You pronounce the S in Des Plaines, but you do not in Des Moines. Anyway, that's not what we're here to learn. Came here for college and discovered J-Town when I was hunting for rice and my fave childhood snacks. They're a J-Town where you're from. I wish. Closest thing we had was the vaguely Asian market a few towns over. Not a lot of people like me where I'm from. Aww. Realization. Oh my god. I don't like either of these options.
I know you're feeling that right now. The options become a little less this as the game goes on. So
okay, I hate both of them. Do we have to be stupid or stupid? Is the question. There's being an idiot and being an idiot. So I'm a table lamp. What a weird question to ask another human. Look at that. Look at that, Seven. Actually, I do like that response though. I'm gonna use that from now on. I'm a table lamp. But a lot of people look at me funny when they meet me. Like they're not sure how to categorize me in their head. Then they learn my name, Nina Ortega. Then they really get confused. Mom's Japanese and dad is Mexican. Are people in J-Town confused when they meet you? Sometimes, but for the most part, not at all. Which is hilarious, considering that I avoided talking to anyone and getting involved in the community at first because I was so scared I'd be, like, rejected. Or have my Japanese card revoked or something. Aw, jeez. Honestly, Seven, same. This is definitely my favorite so far.
If anything, I was the confused one.
Like I said, I didn't know anyone like me where I was from. Not just other Japanese people, but mixed people. Which sucked because it would have been really nice to have someone to talk to who understood my dilemma. For example, I grew up eating rice and the Japanese foods my mom made. We even celebrated some traditions like Hinamatsuri or Girls' Day in Japan.
But my classmates would tease me for bringing my weird lunches to school, make dumb jokes about my family being kamikaze pilots, that kind of thing.
I want a child to actually think about that if they use that as an insult. Think about it really hard. The kamikaze pilots thing. Just a little bit of brain power. Just a little bit of brain power. Just a teeny tiny bit of brain power. That's all it takes. That's all I'm asking for.
I was too Japanese for them.
I appreciate that this is how you wrote this. And I appreciate that delivery of the line.
Oh yeah.
And then when I got here, I was scared.
The voice actress for Lena is also her name is also Lena, and she killed it.
Yes, she did. Like, I don't have fair skin or straight black hair. I don't even speak Japanese, just English and the broken Spanish I used to talk to my abuela. Excuse me. Oh, I'm gonna get canceled for that? No. So even though I was excited to find a little place full of other Japanese people and culture like J-Town, I held back. End up getting involved.
Well,
I was buying some mochi from Miyazaki Mochi when I met the owner. You mean Sharon?
Oh.
Aha! You've met Sharon. I love finger guns. I love the fact that you actually drew the finger guns with her too.
Mm-hmm.
You know her family has been in J-Town for generations. Got to talking when she found out I was mixed. Said her kids were mixed too. Told me they were involved in a lot of youth sports and activities in the area. That many of their peers are mixed too. Some of the kids aren't ethnically Japanese at all, but they're all a part of J-Town.
I think I really needed to hear that. There's no one right way to be Japanese American.
That's just true in general. There's no one right way to be a human being. Full stop. Period. So if any of you out there are having trouble with parents or people telling you that you're not doing it right, tell them to fuck off. But more importantly,
You're doing great.
Yeah, just remember you're doing fine. Sharon told me it's more of a cultural identity than an ethnic one. As long as I have a willingness to learn about the culture and history here and be respectful, I can be part of the community. And that's really true of most communities. It's true of most communities. There's always extremists everywhere, but most communities, that's true. So since then, Sharon has introduced me to tons of new people, and I even joined an activist group here called the J-Town Peace Collective. We even get cool badges. Really grateful she took me under her wing. She's like the big sister I never had. Feel like I've been searching for something all my life, and I found it here.
Okay.
That got really sappy. Help me decide what I should make for dinner so I can finish up this shopping trip. Oh no. I'm torn between these. Yakodan, Japanese curry, onigiri, or instant ramen. Let's see. Comparing yourself to others in almost any context will set your brain into a negative spiral. Everyone is an individual, and the only person you can compare yourself to is yourself. Correct. You know what? So I despise the thought of onigiri to eat. But you know what? We're gonna say onigiri. Rice balls! These are fast to make, and you can eat them with your hands, so they're perfect if you're going on a field trip or picnic. 7. It's the stuff that you put in the rice that I don't like for onigiri. Something. Don't you dare make a jelly donut joke in this chat. Not in this chat. No. I like to stuff salmon in the... Oh, jeez. Okay, that's the one thing that really just steamrolls me with any Asian culture town, is just that seafood is a big part of the culture, and seafood is a big no-go for me.
Oh.
But, you know, it's part of the culture. I get it. It's like, can I have beef or chicken, please? Just spare me.
Yeah. Well, there are some onigiri that have, like, chicken in it, so...
I've seen some of those, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I don't mind, like there's a lot of Korean dishes that use pork. So you can get a free donut at Krispy Kreme. Yeah, for those of you that even have a Krispy Kreme next to you, ours closed. And then an IHOP went in there, and then that closed too. Text chime rings from Lena's pocket.
I gotta go.
Hopefully I'll see you around. Next time we meet, I need to know what kind of rice you went with. Lena walks away, grabbing a package of rice crackers as she goes. It's barely 11 a.m. You're equidistant from 2.
So you're gonna go to both then, right?
Yeah, go to both. Bring me one. You won't. Chat only thinks of itself. Still plenty of time to learn more about the community. The other place Sam mentioned was the tall church. Let's go check that out. Approach the church to find the doors propped open. It's a service in session. Quietly, you step inside. First thing you notice is that there are no pews to be found, no pulpit either. That's what I mean, empty. That's why Isaac and I are being just like, just go to both. The massive room is instead dotted with glass displays containing various items like letters, old photographs, and medals. A smattering of people wander about the place, stopping every so often to read the plaque or point out an item to their companion. Lining the not a church's walls, I like that, not a church's walls, on all 4 sides are stacks and stacks of what appear to be old ratty suitcases. Have we connected the dots yet, chat, of what this place actually is? Classic green and brown suitcases, small briefcases with tarnished brass handles, giant old school trunks, and antique looking chests. There must be hundreds of them. A smiling man with glasses notices you looking around and approaches you.
Welcome.
You look a little lost there, friend. Well, Chath you might be, but I don't think Isaac or I am. Perhaps you were meant to find this place. This is a J-Town History Center. Ahaha!
Welcome home.
Thank you, Isaac. I feel like you made this I know you didn't, but I'm going to say it anyway, that you made this one just for me.
Just for you, yeah.
Everything you need to know about our neighborhood and how it came to be can be found right here. History Center, huh? So this is a museum? No, you uncultured idiot. There are differences to different things. Am I going to go off on a tangent? I might be going off on a tangent. There's a difference between a museum, a cultural center, a heritage center, a general history... Never mind. I'm not going to do it.
Of sorts.
That's actually a really good response to somebody who doesn't know what the hell you're talking about. That's very good.
So,
This is our main exhibition room. But we also have rooms in the back where we hold educational workshops for schools on field trips, train volunteers to give tours of J-Town, that sort of thing. Mission is to educate people about J-Town, Japanese Americans who built it.
I'm the center director, Kenzo Kobayashi.
And you are? I'm Chathy. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have made her name Chathy. I'm gonna laugh every time I see that name actually mentioned so casually. Nice to meet you. Why do you need so many suitcases for a museum about... Oh, you idiot. You fool. You fool. You... That's one of those things that you might think about in your head, but you don't dare ask because you should know inherently how stupid of a question that is.
Here.
Glad you asked. Here, open this. Enzo pulls a rolling black suitcase out of nowhere, the modern kind you take with you to the airport, and rolls it your way. Bend down and unzip the suitcase. It's empty.
Let's play a game.
Say I tell you that you have to leave your home in 24 hours and you can only bring what you can carry in this suitcase. Where am I going? I can't tell you. You have no idea.
So,
What are you bringing?
Yeah, so ignore the fact that I completely ignored my writer's description of the suitcase. Just went with that one. Don't worry about it.
Okay. That being said, I like this. I still think the dude was stupid for asking that question, but it's probably because I already know the answer to all this question. I know what this exercise is supposed to be.
Mhm.
But this is actually a really cool exercise for somebody who maybe hasn't thought about it, especially kids.
Yeah, we
Yes.
actually do this there's like a group in SoCal. They're called Kizuna, and like this is one of like the activities they do with some of their kids.
Yes. Hands-on activities such as this. We talk about that a lot in our field when we're talking about putting together education kits and hands-on things. This is a big thing that we look at is what kind of activities can we have people put their hands on to
Mhm.
really kind of have them end up in individual shoes. So I like this. This is great. So I'm gonna go with what my first choice would be. Um, Chat, you know me very well. You know what, and I know that we're technically, you, but there's an order, a hierarchy here for me, and the first one always goes to the animal.
Ah. Hmm.
What else will I bring? Oh, and these change. That's sad.
Mhm.
So I would have probably also done the necklace, and then I would have done the photo of the family. So those would have been the three things on that list.
So?
One more thing. Couldn't get Nintendo to say yes.
No, they wouldn't answer my emails.
um, I really kind of want to shitpost this, but I want to do this like more personal because I want, if anybody does watch the VOD, I want them to actually get this. So probably in my case, I would do the birthday cards. Oh, shoot. There we go. Interesting.
Tough, isn't it? Having to narrow down what's most precious to you with such little warning.
Aha! See, chat? I told you.
So,
What if I told you that the Japanese Americans who built and lived in J-Town had to do this? Leave their belongings, their homes, their friends behind, with no clue as to where they were going to next. Which, by the way, also happened with a lot of Vietnamese following the Vietnam War. Just a little bit of information there. And it also happened with a lot of Afghanis recently when the U.S. pulled out of Afghanistan. So this kind of thing happens a lot. Something to kind of keep.
Yep.
This is the history of J-Town. Not all of it, but a huge part of it.
You know,
The people who came over here from Japan in the late 1800s, wow, could not put words out, weren't welcomed with open arms. People feared them and discriminated against them. Apparently because those people really had no idea of how much Oda Nobunaga really, really loved his matchlock rifles, and he bought many of them from the Americans. And apparently, it was just those Americans. They came back over here, and then they didn't want to have anything to do with Japan. J-Town exists today because back then, this was the only land the first generation of Japanese to get. Their people wouldn't allow them to live in their neighborhoods, so they built their own. And when Japan bombed Pearl Harbor in 1941 and brought the United States into World War II, this fear of Japanese people, we called this xenophobia, only grew more intense. It did.
so?
Oh, man. Did you guys, by chance, do any research on the Japanese reaction to Japanese people living in Hawaii at the time?
I did not, but I know my writer did. She's also like her family's from Hawaii, so I'm sure she knows a lot about it too.
Holy shit. I would encourage you to look into that sometime because that was I'll put it to you like this. At the end of World War One, in town here, and we're in the middle of Iowa, actually had a German at the end of the war drawn, quartered, skinned alive, and then murdered in the middle of a street during a parade. In the middle of the parade. And that was in 1918. There were many public executions and killings of Japanese in Hawaii. A few of them were reported on, but by and large, not so much. So it was pretty bad. So the American government rounded up all the people of Japanese descent, including everyone living in J-Town at the time, put them into camps. True. I'm gonna be stupid, because this is too stupid, so we're just gonna be plain stupid.
You're right. It was illegal. It was a violation of their civil rights.
But the government did get away with it. President of the United States passed an order that forcibly removed more than 110,000 Japanese and Japanese Americans from their homes. They were perceived as threats to national security. True. Our people were imprisoned behind barbed wire until the end of the war. Few, and I do mean few, were drug in and managed to get, it wasn't drafted, but a few managed to enlist in the army.
Yeah, that's
Few.
the what's 442 number.
Correct.
Yeah.
The 442nd managed to, a few of them managed to get together. Say get together as if it was a grand old time, but a few of them managed to enlist, and that was the 442nd. You probably realize this center was a church at one point. When the news broke and families were given just 24 to 48 hours to pack, kind people at this very church offered to store the items that people couldn't bring with them to camp. Extra bags of belongings, some furniture, even important documents. That's why you see so many suitcases here. All of these other items on display are possessions that people left behind before being taken to. Church volunteers tried for years to find their owners. Few ever came back for them. Some did return, and their families later donated their belongings to the center after they passed away. A beautiful wooden clock in our back office that we think belonged to a carpenter. Must have been very special to that person's family. After the war, when the government released them, many people didn't have anywhere to go. Some sold their houses before going to camp. Others were frightened to go back to their old towns where they'd once been threatened by neighbors. Yeah, I wonder why you wouldn't want to go back to your old neighborhood after Jim Bob comes out waving a shotgun. Lots of people were penniless, couldn't afford to live anywhere. So the church once again opened its doors and transformed into a shelter. Someone once slept on a cot where you're standing every night while they tried to find a job and get back on their feet. Anyways, everyone who'd stayed in the shelter eventually moved on. And years later, when the church closed down, a big-name developer wanted to buy the place, raise it, build a popular chain restaurant in its place. The community fought back. Should. I think most churches should probably be left alone. We formed the J-Town History Center, pulled our money together, and purchased the church for ourselves, for our community. That's actually really cool.
Yeah, I believe this is a real story from LA.
Our culture.
There's an education center called Go for Broke. That is
the story
heavily inspired this place.
Okay. Yes.
So,
we decided to make this place an education center to share our story with others, so that we learn from this past and make sure the same thing doesn't happen to other communities in the future. Wouldn't it save you time and money to just put this history into a book or website? Pains me to be in control of this character, Isaac, as a historian. Right now, that's a painful commentary. Oh, definitely, but there's something powerful about getting to touch these walls that protected so many people's prized possessions while they were away, protected so many broken people afterwards. People come out of this place changed. They look at J-Town and interact with it in a different way after coming.
I'd be out of a job if we didn't have this center.
Boo! Yeah, fuck this character I'm playing in particular, yeah. Better get going now, but thanks for the history lesson.
Take care.
Feel free to drop by anytime and check out the rest of our exhibits. You are welcome here. Aw. Enzo waves goodbye and turns to talk to another group of visitors. You have been walking around for a while now. It is a nice day out. You are feeling the heat. Drink definitely doesn't sound bad right now. Further down the block, you notice a coffee shop. Now seems like a good time as any to take a break and grab a drink. You enter the coffee shop. Oh no. I was gonna be just like, oh no, it's gonna be hipsters. Then I remembered this was a J-Town and not shitty Starbucks. Despite being a... Try that again. Despite being larger than average for a coffee shop, the place is still packed with people. A group of students talk loudly over one another between sips of iced latte. Jeez, shut up, Zosin. Customer on his way out waves to another customer walking in. The two stop to chat. A lively murmur of voices and hiss of coffee machines fill the room.
Thank God you're here. Ugh.
Oh no.
Whew.
Oh no. We need all the help we can get if we're gonna make this delivery in time. Let's go. What am I helping with? You didn't see the info we posted on the gram? I have to be cool, Isaac. I have to say the gram. Isn't that what the kids say? They say the gram.
I think so, yes. I'm not one of those hip kids, but I believe that's what they say.
You didn't
And then I
see
think
it.
they have.
Didn't see the info we posted on the gram. I worked so hard on the design.
Yo, Yuri.
You know, not everyone at Gamon Coffee is here for us, right?
Yeah, you had it right. It's Gammon.
Is it Gamon? Okay.
Yes.
Sorry about that. We're the J-Town Peace Collective. See? She's gonna murder us. Your old man is showing. Also, it's spelled your. Y-O-U-R.
Yep.
We're out here at Gammon Coffee every month to put together care packages for the Senior Living Center. We'll let you get back to ordering your coffee now. Sure, blame it on autocorrect.
Ducking autocorrect.
Hey.
No, Lena. A friend of Lena's is a friend of ours. Seriously. Yo!
Name's Kyle Ramos.
Kyle Ramos! I wish I could roll. I left just over on Alanicio Street. This here is Yuri Wang. Cool. Damn it, Zosin. Don't mind her. She can be a little intense, but she means
Hey.
well. I'm standing right here. I just said it in front of you, too. I mean, let's be real. When somebody's being a little much and they need to tone it down, you're going to say that you're being a little much right in front of them. The one thing you don't say is calm down. That's like taking a brick and throwing it into a washing machine. What exactly is the J-Town Peace Collective? We're a grassroots, all-volunteer run organization supporting the causes our community cares about, as well as causes that other marginalized communities care about. All about caring for one another here. Right now we're packing baskets with fresh fruits, vegetables, and other goods for our friends at the Japanese Senior Center down the street.
Yep.
Once a month, we deliver the baskets and spend time with the folks there. They're pretty isolated and enjoy seeing new faces. PSA, by the way, that's true of a lot of senior centers,
Mm-hmm.
full of senior citizens that just get kind of robbed.
Yeah.
Another customer walks in, and Yuri and Kyle's eyes immediately light
What's
up.
Jeff?
Oh boy, it's your boy Jeff.
Hey.
We got a seat for you in the back. Our meetings are also just a way for folks to meet, bond, and catch up. Gammon Coffee here is our community hub. You seem to know
lie.
everybody here. No lie, this wasn't the case when I moved to J-Town a couple of years ago. I didn't know anyone, and I knew nothing about J-Town. Wife and I moved here because we both work nearby, and the school district is pretty good for our kids. And then I met Kyle at Gammon. just as we met you, and I basically forced him into the peace collective. Ah, yes, peace through coercion. Gotcha.
Yeah, Yuri is very convincing.
Yeah, Kyle, that's one way to put it. All jokes aside, once I met more people through the Peace Collective and got to know the history of J-Town, I kind of fell in love with it.
My family and I aren't Japanese, but I appreciate living in a place where its people go above and beyond to care for one another.
True stuff right there,
And I
too.
love how connected everyone is.
How can I come to Gaman for an iced latte? How I can come to Gaman for an iced latte, but I'll probably stay for an hour because I ran into some friends.
Mm-hmm.
And now the man runs the Peace Collective with yours truly.
By doing good for our community and others, I like to think I'm creating a future I want my daughters to grow up in. Yep.
Last week we even had a cleaning day where our volunteers wiped all of J-Town's windows and picked up the trash, and the girls got to help out. Yeah, and they still call me Ms. Wang, even though I've asked them many times not to. I'm not even that old. Shut up, Zosin. I know what you're thinking, and you're typing it right now. If you hit enter, I will ban you.
Here.
Pack some of these baskets with us. Make sure there's enough daikon to go around. Bastard.
Ah.
We work with a Japanese family-owned farm to source these traditional vegetables for older adults, since this is the stuff that's comfortable and familiar to them. You start divvying up the daikon.
Well, well, well.
Long time no see, Chathew.
Hey!
Aw, it's our girl Lena.
Hey, Lena.
I was buying rice and nori over at Umai Market and thought I'd get extra to add to the baskets. That's where I met Chathew.
Mm-hmm.
So, have they won you over to the Peace Collective yet? Is this a cult? No, I refuse. I hate the fact that we've been such a piece of shit up till now, kind of. I really do hope I start seeing you around here, though.
All right.
Lena, we're actually starting to carry some of these out. Will you help me? Yes, sir.
Ugh.
Just got an alert that the trains broke down again. Guess I could always ask Jeff for a ride home. Second. Okay. You're not a J-Town resident? Like Kyle? Uh-oh.
Nope.
I grew up here, and a lot of my family history involves J-Town, though.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, well, my parents founded the J-Town Peace Collective back in the day. Ah, yes, another family member that has had the business passed down from generation to generation.
I'm not some kind of nepotism baby, though. Okay?
Wow, just call me out on my bullshit. You guys did a pretty damn good job of predicting that response. I've worked really
That's all
hard.
Taylor.
Oh my gosh. I've worked really hard to take over this organization.
Ugh.
And it's incredibly stressful leading when the shoes you have to fill belong to your own parents. I can understand.
Ugh.
You get it!
Whew.
For the first couple of years, I was killing myself trying to run the collective the way Mom and Dad did. Oh, you fool. You absolute fool. Why would you do that? I was miserable, mostly because that just wasn't my style. I wasn't really doing the things I wanted to do. Then I had a whole cinematic moment with my parents where they encouraged me to forge my own path. Ah, yes! Only you can forge your own path.
So that's why we do a lot of stuff to help other communities now. And not just J-Town.
I have a lot of friends who aren't in J-Town or who aren't even Japanese or Asian. And it's these friendships that made me realize how important solidarity is.
Yes. Because at the end of the day, if the meteor hits Earth, all of you will die. That was a really nihilistic way to look at it, but true.
We're stronger together.
So we've done things in the past like protest police brutality with the Afro Union, raised money for the Social Services Center in Little India to keep it from shuttering, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really thankful that our organization is so diverse now. And of course, that we have some amazing businesses popping up that want to support us, like Gammon Coffee. I thought the community didn't want any new businesses or buildings in J-Town.
Well...
I mean, can I get real for a second? It's complicated. Yes, it is.
In a perfect world, we'd get to vet every single person who wants to open shop here. You know, see if they're good people and willing to learn about what makes our town so great. Ugh.
But over the years, a lot of the first families who came to J-Town sold their businesses and homes. So even though we're a pretty close community, not too many Japanese Americans own land here anymore. Property owners rent out to whomever. That explains also some of what you had in what we talked about earlier too. So we got pretty lucky with the folks who opened up Gammon Coffee.
Mm-hmm.
The owners made it clear they wanted the shop to be a gathering place for us, and they themselves have joined the Peace Collective. We've held countless meetings, fundraisers, and charity drives here. So I guess all that is to say that a lot of us aren't totally against it.
Mm-hmm.
We just like for whatever sprouts up on the land to benefit our community and not drive us out. Yes. That sounds reasonable to me.
All right.
Hey, you two, we're all done and walking over to the senior center now. Care to join us? We're gonna make him a dork now.
All right.
Spoken like a true member of the J-Town Peace Collective. Let's go. Head out with Kyle, Yuri, and Lena. Now get up from the table and make your way out of Gammon Coffee. I didn't even get my coffee, though. Isaac.
They sent you to work. You had to sort daikon.
Do I at least get a free coffee with my daikon sorting? I mean, come on, man. It's hot
Oh
out.
yeah, I'm sure the Jesus, Peace Collective. Yeah, they paid for your drink.
All right. As you step out of Gammon Coffee, your phone rings. It's evil Colonel Sanders. That's his name now, by the way. Hello?
Hey there!
Hey there, partner! How's your, research going? It's coming along.
Hot dog!
That's what I like to hear.
Oh, we got some great products in the pipeline we'd like to start selling, like these Anyang Hase yo-yos.
I hate everything about that sentence just now. I don't know if I can do the voice. Hang on just a second. That actually broke me a little bit. You have to do the voice for evil Colonel Sanders. Now, doesn't that just sound like a hoot? I'm telling you, the J-Town kids are gonna love these.
Habity-doo, hey, Bill, hey! Habity-bobo!
I like that. Bobbity-bobbity-boo-boo-boo. As evil Colonel Sanders goes on to explain his genius wordplay read How to Take Over the World in great detail, you gesture to Yuri and the gang to go on ahead while you take this call. Nina responds with an unnecessary complex series of hand movements. She's pointing at what is probably the senior center you're heading towards. So anyway, what have you learned so far? We're gonna just guilt him. Just guilt the ever-living crap out of him.
They kamikazed Pearl Harbor, so we locked them up.
Oh my god, Isaac.
So, when Levi sent me these lines, he also was like, "I hate saying all this stuff."
Oh, jeez, man.
So-
Ooh.
Listen, you gotta make them awful.
Yeah. Well, it was actually the Japanese who attacked Pearl Harbor. Japanese Americans had no involvement in. What are you on about? Japanese is Japanese, isn't it? Now he's deep south. I don't know what the hell that was. Besides, what does that have to do with opening a shop here? I think you're simplifying things, and you're a bumbling idiot.
I didn't hire you to buy into their sob story.
Well, you know what? Maybe you should fire yourself. I don't care about who they were. What they are is a great place to sell. I'm not saying that. I'm not sure those yo-yos are Japanese. Thank you.
Yikes.
I could feel the bad vibes through that phone. Turn to see Lena. Good. I hate taking phone too. It's kind of a long
Wow.
story. I've got time. Yuri forgot her purse at Gammon, so I'm taking it back to her now. No rush. You explain the situation to Lena.
Yikes.
That dude sucks. Can you believe he actually tried to buy the History Center?
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna apologize for our boss, even though we shouldn't. Kenzo got a kick out of it. Apparently, he laughed right to his face. I wish I got that on camera. Anyways, I know you're working for the evil corporation, but how are you liking J-Town? We're gonna be cool. Isaac.
Yay!
Mm-hmm.
Got to check out the J-Town Juniors, by the way. They're practicing tonight.
Oh.
But if that's not your speed, Senior Center and the anime shop might interest you. Oops, Yuri's texting me.
Mm-hmm.
Let's hurry over to Genki. Follow Lena to the Senior Center. Approach a multi-story building with the words Genki Senior Center printed on the door, beneath an image of a smiling sun. This must be the Senior Center that Kyle, Yuri, and Lena were going to. Still here. Well, Lena's with me, so you walk inside to find an empty but cheerful lobby. Empty but cheerful lobby. Oh, you hear muffled, calming music coming from the next room.
Hi.
There's a lot of highs there.
Sorry. I've been running around all day. Does my face look shiny?
I feel like it looks shiny. Never mind. They just finished Tai Chi in there, and we could really use you for our next class. No. No high-up papayas in chat. No. Let's go break some wooden boards. Actually, yes, I'm going to pick this. We're getting smarter, but we're not quite that smart yet. Are you referring to karate? I think that activity might be a little too ambitious for the folks here. We're doing a demonstration, ma'am. It's a demonstration. Not gonna ask Grandpa Roy break the board. Although that'd be pretty sick. Isaac, can we make one of the grandpas break a board?
Yeah, it definitely can.
It doesn't have to be. Can it not be through a Chinese thing? Can it be instead he literally just has a board and hammers it until it breaks in half or something?
Yeah, that'll be the DLC. Just
yes.
that.
I know some yoga. This is Fumiko! The less popular Fumiko, you'll see what I mean soon.
Whew.
The Director of Residential Services here at Genki Senior Center. Call me Fumi.
Mm-hmm.
You are Chathyu. Got it. Alright, Chathyu. She's wise to you now. You gotta be good.
Currently, the only assisted living center here providing culturally relevant services to our Japanese and Japanese American residents.
There was another center, but, well, they closed suddenly, so we're trying to bring over as many of their residents as possible. Excuse all of the boxes. Why did they close?
The owner decided to close the facility and replace it with market rate housing. Surprise, surprise.
Market rate housing, read as housing that is affordable for literally 2 months before it becomes unlivable. Tragic, but unfortunately more common these days, and they displaced their 30 residents in the process. We only have so many beds here, but we're working hard to accommodate as many as we can. Like I said, we're the only other facility in the area who can provide these specific cultural services. What do you mean by culturally relevant? The word on the screen. Great question. Many of our residents are originally from Japan and prefer to speak in Japanese, so we offer multilingual services. Most of our staff speaks Japanese and Spanish too. It's easy for residents to communicate their needs. I am going to caveat that, though, Zosin, in that that's not necessarily a capitalism thing. That's a human greed thing. Plain and simple. Happens in socialism too. Happens in mid-tier economic environments too. It just sucks.
Okay.
Our nutritional center also cooks traditional meals every day, and we try to incorporate a lot of cultural activities into our programming, like akibana, or flower arranging, raijo taiso, and tai chi. We call it capitalism to keep people from realizing it's fair. This kind of special care contributes to our residents' overall health and well-being, makes them feel more at home.
Coming.
Uh-oh, you're being hailed. Right, okay, it's time for the next class, and I'm running late to the meeting. Let me just walk you to the social hall so you can participate. Just so busy here, what with all the new residents, so we really appreciate you volunteering. Here we are. This is
also, I guess at this point, at this point, it's like you've been drafted into a lot of stuff, and this is very true of like the actual JA community. If they like you and they get a good vibe, they'll put you to work.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
That's kind of cool actually.
Mm-hmm.
I also like the fact that now we have another oral history thing. This is cool. This is actually an oral history class where our younger volunteers get to interview residents and ask them about their lives. So let's see how close it relates to professional oral histories. I'm not going to read it. I should have actually read it. I only know some of those.
Okay.
I'm going to pair you with Fumiko here, aka the more popular Fumiko around these parts. Meet Chathyu. He'll be your interview partner for today.
Okay. Now I really have to run. Have fun, you two.
Hajimemashite.
Tell me my short-term memory isn't good these days, but you look new.
Good for you. This is a special place.
Hope you found something here that resonates with you. So, most popular Fumiko, I'm not sure where to start.
Well, since you buttered me up, I guess I'll tell you.
Excellent choice with going with buttered me up. Test run lists of questions you can ask us. Here you go. Let's start here. Take a look at the slightly crumpled piece of paper, Fumiko. Actually, those are pretty straightforward. Born in Nagoya. Okay. 1941, just before the war. Isaac,
Hmm.
I have to say something.
Yes.
I have a dispute. So, remind Nagoya's Okinawan, isn't it?
Nagoya, I believe, is Kyushu, so like southern Japan, but not quite
Oh,
Okinawa.
it is Kyushu. Okay,
Yeah.
I thought it was Okinawa. So the reason that I queried on that is because if it was Okinawa, this wouldn't be the case. But Japan was already engaged in a war at that time,
Hmm.
and I don't know that that's actually really relevant, but I would say my whole thing was, it's during the war. It's during the war. That's just me being a historian. Please don't.
No, that's fair.
Yeah, please don't take that to heart.
Hmm.
At the time, Nagoya was one of the largest producers of Japanese aircraft, so our city was a prime target for air raids. That would put it on Kyushu. Because there were no prime targets. I don't know why my brain is failing me so bad right now. There were no prime targets in Okinawa. That was part of the problem that we faced. So, okay.
Oh.
My geography is less well established than my history is.
That's fine. That's not your branding.
Yes. I don't remember anything, of course, because I was just a baby. And see, that would probably go ahead and explain the whole freaking if you know your history thing. You know what? Let's try something else. What do you want to ask me? Yankee Senior City gossip. What do you think about that other senior facility? You've been around a while. What do you think J-Town's future will look like? I actually like that one. I'm not worried at all if that's what you're getting at. I might be biased. Met a lot of the young folks who are doing good work to preserve J-Town, and boy, are they tough. They also build so many relationships with people every day, bringing more people into the community.
I think as long as people care about this place, J-Town will be around.
But people have to care. They have to be willing to get others to care enough to fight for this place. If I didn't know any better, I'd say you have a soft spot. Oh yes, child, and it's a shame that there aren't 100 more J-Towns like this one.
Well, well, well.
Hey, you two. Fumiko, looks like you met our new pal, Chathu. Aw, Chathu.
Well, seems I'm not the only popular one around here.
You're just delivering our care packages when Kyle spotted you. You know, despite the fact that you're brand new here, you've somehow managed to meet a lot of the icons around this town. Strange. By the way, if anybody's wondering why I'm not trying to do voices, it's because I can't do a soprano, or really an alto all that well, so I'm not going to try. Are you calling yourself a J-Town icon, Yuri?
Huh?
No, that's not what I meant.
Well.
Are you two still chatting? We were going to grab some taiyaki. Want to join us, Chathu?
Sorry, Fumiko. I'd invite you, but you have a curfew, young lady.
Aw, curfew. Thank you, Lena, but I have plans to win at bingo using both my card and Rod Fujimoto's. That makes me so happy because that's the kind of deviousness that I've always imagined old people get up to. Is they go in and rig bingo. Thank you for feeding my stereotypical assessment of what old people do in retirement homes. The man doesn't pay attention anyway, and that is a typical response and justification.
Take care.
It's savage out there, man.
It is. An aide weeds Fumiko to the bingo room. Oh man, Granny's out to break legs. So, are you coming? Love to, but I'm afraid I can't. Got plans myself. I saw Alina stalk you on social media. She'll be hounding you about hanging out with us again in no time. Chat, I didn't know that you were on social media.
Later.
Hope to see you soon, Chatthew. You and the gang head out the door and hurry to the taiyaki shop. Where should you head next? Low rumble is resonating, huh? Something's definitely happening at the plaza. Approach the plaza, you hear what sounds like a steady beating sound. Well, it didn't give me a chance to do the fake techno music, so... No, that's not what you're... No, you idiot. That's not what your heart sounds like. Clearly not a biologist.
If your heart sounds like don don don, please see a doctor immediately.
Yes, I think there might be something wrong with you. Getting louder the closer you get. It's not your heart. The sound is coming from drums. At least a dozen of them. A dozen children wielding wooden drumsticks beat a dozen large drums rhythmically. They're so in sync, so focused, can't help but give them your full attention. After another few don-don-dons, the song ends and the kids break their focus to take a break.
Hey!
Hey, you! You liked that one, didn't you? I could tell. The J-Town Juniors are really something around here, you know. You wouldn't happen to have a kid who'd be interested in joining, would you? Chat, did you get married when I wasn't looking? You have a child now? I don't like these answers. See? Because I knew that was going to be the response to that one. Oh, whoops. Oh, I'm going backwards. There we go. You could audition for the trope, but no way you're getting in unless you've been practicing for years. Those people are crazy talented.
What?
You've never heard of the trope? I bet you've never heard of the gram either.
Do you even know what taiko is?
Have you been living under a rock? What's your name anyway? Chatthew. Buckle up, because I'm about to use our 10-minute break to educate you.
Call it Taiko 101, and call me Mr. Mason. First of all...
Taiko literally means drum in Japanese, but it's mostly used in the US to describe the art of drumming. Our director said taiko has been part of Japanese culture for centuries. Practice was brought here in the 60s, and Japanese Americans made it their own thing. You know, new songs and Oreo and stuff. I almost said Cheerio. Damn European mind. He said it was a time where a lot of young people in the community were trying to understand their cultural identities. Now I'm learning about my JA side too.
Duh!
And today, there are teams all over the country practicing North American Taiko. College teams, youth teams, competitive teams. I've seen some of those college teams and the competitive teams. Holy shit. The J-Town Juniors mainly perform at our cultural festivals, but our adult team, the Trope, competes. They're amazing.
My goal is to get so good that by the time I'm old enough, I can make the team easy, no problem. Not that winning is everything to me. Competing looks really fun, but I just love the feeling of creating music with my friends.
Oh, come on.
Mason, get your team out of here.
Valkyrie's reserved the plaza for tonight, and we have a big game this weekend. Like, huge. Well. Okay, who was responsible for this one? Was this your writer again, or was this an Isaac special?
This is Taylor.
Okay. I call you Satan. She's really the devil, you know. All the Valkyries are. She's the worst. Clearly, none of us are the worst if we're about to defend our title this weekend. We're the best girls basketball team in the JA League.
Mason.
And show me some respect. I'm your elder. Careful, he's gonna call you a grandpa. By 5 months. Yeah, and I'm an entire teenager now, while you're still 12 and a child, not a tween. Which is a word that I only discovered when I was 22 years old. Really weird.
Ha ha.
You even have a babysitter. This is Jackie, my new student. I've been teaching them all about Taiko. Wait a minute, what do we become a bargaining chip? And I'm not really sure we're a good bargaining chip either. We're like the $1 chip. And I'm learning a lot.
Oh, yeah?
Did he also tell you that the Weenie Juniors steal our practice time in the plaza at least 3 times a week? I bet he left out that part, right? You know, I'm going to rewrite this for you real quick. Isaac, I'm going to make it better. All right, ready?
Okay.
Did he also tell you that the Weenie Hut Junior steals our practice time in the plaza at least 3 times a week? You have to do Weenie Hut Junior.
Cool. Clipping that. I'm gonna add it to the game now. Thank you very much.
Channel your inner SpongeBob. Stop calling us that. And no, because that would be a lie. You're the one stomping all over the plaza like you own it and bullying us into ending our practices early. Super Weenie Hut Juniors. Gasp. The Valkyries are as honest as we are fast on the court. We're here for our scheduled practice time, which you've been stealing. She's lying. Chat you. You're a trustee. Tell her vultures to go home and come back when we finished our practice. Tomodachi Plaza is sacred. You two seem like you can handle this amongst yourselves. Alright, we'll do what's special about Tomodachi Plaza. Means Friendship Plaza, you jerks. He's referring to its origin story. Mom told me about it, since I can't remember. It's only a baby when Tomodachi Plaza was developed. This weenie wasn't even born yet.
Sorry. So,
Tomodachi Plaza is this giant outdoor space because it was originally built for our cultural festivals. Our main festival has this big parade that goes down every street in J-Town. Wanted a spot for everyone to come back to when it ended to see the floats and celebrate. Today, everything cultural happens here. Food stands for our Musubi Fest, doll displays for Hinamatsuri. Some people call it Girls' Day. I've never heard it referred to as Girls' Day. It's always been Hinamatsuri. Taiko performances, and JA League tournaments.
my mom told me Tomodachi means friend in Japanese.
Yes. As J-Town wanted this plaza to be a place where friends could make memories. Maybe strangers could meet and become friends. Spoiler, or side note for history information. Isaac, do you happen to know what the name of the U.S. mission to Japan after the Fukushima event was?
I know one of them is the Kakehashi program, but I'm sure that's not what you're referring to.
The aid program was called Operation Tomodachi, actually. And I actually have a picture of there was an actual badge and an emblem that they made explicitly for Operation Tomodachi. And it's like an eagle with its hand wrapped around, I don't remember the exact bird, but it's supposed to basically represent the U.S. was supporting Japan through that time. And we actually have one of the original ones at work, because We were big in that.
Oh, neat.
They used a lot of our organization's resources.
Oh yeah, I just looked it up. It looks like I think that's an owl.
Yeah, that would be right. Yep. All while enjoying Japanese American culture together.
That's why it's such a perfect place for the JA League.
No, it's not like we invented basketball, but the Japanese American League is as historic as the J-Town History Center. My mom told me that when all of our families were taken to the camps in World War II, a lot of kids played sports to take their minds off of what was happening and to just enjoy themselves. That was when they could get their hands on sports equipment. Baseball and basketball especially, mostly because it was really easy to find something that would bounce or a stick to hit a rock with. And that sounds mean, but that's actually true. It was easy to do makeshift things for that. But when the war ended and those kids looked for youth teams to join, a lot of people still discriminated against them for being Japanese. Also true. So the community went ahead and created their own league, the JA League. Valkyries are proud members, but my mom once told me she gets emotional every time she watches us play because it reminds her of how our community created our own club when no one wanted us. No idea basketball, of all things, plays an important role in Japanese American culture. Yeah, and baseball. Holy shit. You gotta... Honestly, Isaac, I think if Japanese and Koreans could bond over one thing, it's definitely baseball.
Yeah, that's it. That's the only thing, though.
It is. But the amount of... Japanese and Koreans play baseball unlike any other group of individuals that are out there. You get more pro players generally out of Japan and Korea than any other place in the world. So that end up being good ball players.
A lot of people still discriminated against them for being Japanese.
So Japanese American basketball is as sacred as Tomodachi Plaza.
What?
Seriously, I told Chathu all about taiko already, so they know just as well as I do that taiko is the definition of Japanese American culture. Little man, there's no single definition of anybody's culture. We made it our own, too. It's an art that everyone should get to enjoy when they're in J-Town. Well, maybe not right now when the Valkyries have practice.
Zaina!
Oh no, this kid's gonna go Super Saiyan. Oh, she's gonna go Super Saiyan 2. We'll find out next time on J-Town Z. You know what? We're doing this. Jeff, you! Not helping. I don't care. That's the correct answer. I don't care. Give us some adult advice. It actually sounds like you two have something in common.
Oh, yeah?
What? Extremely annoying voice? Why did you just insult yourself like that? Give us advice. No. Do not use that word to describe me. I am not your senpai. Well, we kind of do. I'm getting a headache listening to us. You're both a part of these distinct cultural practices. I guess. And I never said JA basketball wasn't cultural, Zaina. You know, I like to watch the tournament. And you're both clearly proud of being Japanese American.
Duh.
Obviously. Of course, and I'm 13 now, so I'm old enough to see what you're trying to do here. I'm not entirely sure that's how that works, Zaina. That doesn't change the fact that the J-Town Juniors are stalling our practice. The Valkyries are interrupting our practice. Mason, you reserve the plaza through Mr. Fujimoto, right? Yeah.
So?
Let's call him and get to the bottom of this. Zaina pulled out her phone. Uh-oh. Hi, Mr. Fujimoto. It's Santa from the Valkyries and Mason from the J-Town Juniors. We're wondering if you can solve an issue for us. See, every time we come for practice, the juniors are still there with their drums. And the Valkyries are arriving way too early. Uh-huh. Okay. Wow. Okay. Sure. Sounds good. Thank you, Mr. Fujimoto. You know where this is going. So, Mr. Fujimoto said he must have messed up because he gave our teams overlapping times. Surprising response. That guy. And you know he likes to plan the weekly schedule at the same time he plays bingo at the senior center, not paying attention at all. Oh, Granny, go! Go! We just helped Granny get a bingo. He said he'd fix our times for next week. We can show up for basketball an hour later to give you time.
What?
No way, it gets dark outside by then. You won't be able to see the ball at all. Let us start Taiko an hour earlier.
Really?
You do that? It's done. That's really nice of you, Mason. Thank you. What should we do in the meantime, though, since we're all here? You take this half of the plaza and we'll take the other half. That's gonna be a nightmare.
Duh.
Probably. They run off and talk to their respective teams in the center of the plaza. And there's time for one more visit. And it's our shop, chat. So, Isaac, what anime OP did you guys decide to reference for the shop before we get it?
All of them. And Among Us.
Oh my god. It's a medley. Yes, I'm familiar with this OP. This is Hayate the Combat Butler, right? Hayate the Combat Butler? No. Character is smiling and has their hands raised. Curious, you walk in, and yes, they have traditional green spiky hair. Wow, I wonder who this character is, Isaac. This one right here. This one right here. This one, you know, standing right here. Navi's not here anymore, but standing right here. This little bastard, you know, he belongs to that one franchise. The game that really pissed me off. And I wanted to take my PS4 and dump it in the trash can. Yeah, that's the one. He wouldn't happen to be based on that person, would he?
I would never.
No? You sure?
There's so many Kingdom Hearts references in here.
You know what I do notice, though, in here? Unless I'm missing it. No Miku Hatsune? Or is that supposed to be this one?
Yeah, just to, like, make sure I'm avoiding, like, copyright stuff. Like, it's all kind of mishmashed of, like, characters. So, like, there's, like, a Naruto doing a JoJo pose, stuff like that.
Yeah, and isn't this, the big-haired Yu Yu Hakusho guy doing a Sailor Moon pose right here? Okay, yeah. Gotcha. Cartoon character from outside is preserved in every form you can think of. Key chains dangling from a tower, row of nodding bobblehead dolls, screen printed on t-shirts. Wow. There are also shelves of comic books, DVDs, glass cases of action figures. Some kind of pop culture shop. Where are the Blu-rays, Isaac? Why are there only DVDs?
It's all bootleg. It's all bootleg, that's why.
So is this the, like, underground Chinese anime shop?
Yeah, I won't tell if you want.
Okay.
Ohayou gozaimasu.
Wow, you actually get us full blast with that. Okay.
Wait.
I think you only say that to people in the morning, and it's afternoon. Ahoy, Professor. Forget everything I just said.
Welcome to Otaku, where you can find all things Japanese culture related.
Manga, collectibles, everything you need to get your cosplay costume ready for the next convention. I do actually wish, it's not because I would do this anymore. Those days have passed me, but I remember being like younger and wanting to go to conventions, and I was just like, I might do something with the cosplays, but I didn't want to order stuff online. I wanted to go someplace and like try to work it out. It was just that place didn't exist around here. So, hey, History Girl. Everyone spam some hearts for History Girl in chat. No reason, just do it. Please. We also have merch featuring all the popular anime. My Kitsune Sister free stainless steel love. No magical knife witch Kagumi. So we're cosplaying next year for Ace, and yes, no. Stainless steel love is my jam. Oh! No. Chaff, you can't have that. I'm gonna just make you be a different type of idiot. That was maximum idiot. Big eyes, wild bright hair, incredibly complex and thrilling plots. Are you lost? I'm exploring J-Town and learning all about its organizations and business. Is Otaku your shop?
Oh.
Makes more sense. Yeah, me and a bunch of friends I met through the online anime community opened this place after years of dreaming. Once upon a time, I actually had a business plan to open an anime cafe in Iowa City.
I'm Connor.
It is like the most... I'm Chathew. How involved would you say you are in J-Town? Chathew, he runs an anime shop. How involved do you think he is in J-Town? Uncultured. Well, we opened this shop maybe a year ago, so we haven't been here that long. I get all of my snacks from Umai Market, though. And there's a ramen shop close by that me and the boys eat at every weekend. Hey, that's a collector's edition Sato statue. The sign literally says no touching.
Wait.
Sorry, what were you asking me? Do you know anyone in the J-Town community?
I know tons of people in the community.
We have loyal fans that used to follow our YouTube channel back when we were vlogging and doing reviews. They come here all the time as customers now, and there are some anime conventions coming up just a town over, so more and more people are finding out about us and buying their clothes here. Hey, Colonel Sanders! Colonel Sanders, listen up. You already got competition here, and they're better than you, so fuck off. Can we just call him now and tell him to fuck off? It's incredible how much we've grown as a business. Not really. People drive out to us specifically to shop here. It's so cool. And then after they can get ramen or sushi, after they can get ramen or sushi, so they can kind of pretend they're in Japan for a while. In terms of other people in J-Town, we got invited to join this one activist group called the Collection of Peace or something, but we're not political like that. We're just here to enjoy Japanese culture and share it with others. That's why we specifically wanted our shop here. We knew our customers would love it, and they do.
They even have Tori here. You know, those Japanese shrine gates? Oh, such a vibe.
Hey, while I have you here, do you mind helping me lug this sign out onto the curb? This big thing has been hanging from the second story since we moved in, and it's so rusted and ugly. I finally had enough and took it down this morning. I mean, what is Yamaichi and Sons anyway? Now we can hang up our own sign. Dude! And I kind of broke it while taking it down, so it should be easy for each of us to carry half. Sure. Move the old sign to the curb. Hey, thanks. Show you my appreciation. Here's an exclusive My Kitsune Sister poster we just got in. Signed by the original artist. No one, and I mean no one, has this yet. Oh no, Courtney, look at this. Look what happened to the Yamaichi sign. Out of putting English in the middle of, or Japanese in the middle of English. It's, whew.
Oh, dang.
I don't blame you.
Yeah. That thing's been hanging up since I was a baby. Been up since I was a baby. I can't believe this. Excuse me. Hi. Do you know what happened here?
Hi.
Is this your Pokemon trainer reference right here?
Maybe.
Hi. I took down that sign this morning. Sorry for the eyesore. I left it out to be picked up by the trash collectors, so it's gone by tomorrow. Man.
Honey,
Yeah, Mom?
did he just call the Yamaichi sign an eyesore?
You really shouldn't have said that.
Yep.
Young man,
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. She said young man. She started her sentence with young man. Chat, this man's gonna die. Isaac, does he die? That's normally the... That...
Yeah. In our credits, it says, like, in memoriam, Connor.
Okay. I assume you don't know what the name on the sign, Yamaichi and Sons, is, correct? Correct, ma'am. Yamaichi and Sons was J-Town's first general store. Uh-oh. Sold everything a person living in the early 1900s could want. Fresh produce, tools, seed, even chocolate. It was a luxury at the time.
back then, the other general stores wouldn't sell to Asian people.
So everyone came to the shop here. Can't imagine how lively this place was back then. The store was shuttered when all of our families were taken to the camps. But the trusty Yamaichi sign remained.
It's been a J-Town landmark ever since, and you've destroyed it.
Oh my god, I had no idea. I'm so sorry.
Oh, you will be. I bet you also didn't know that this building is protected as a historic landmark. Dude, son got screwed with the law now. Meaning, you're not legally allowed to mess with the building's integrity. And you know what's a major part of this building's integrity?
The sign?
The sign.
We are witnessing a murder. I'm going to have to report this to the city. Please, ma'am,
I'm
don't.
truly sorry. And believe me when I say that I have a deep respect for Japanese culture.
Truly didn't know about the sign. Of course you didn't. And how hilarious of you to say that you respect Japanese culture when you clearly have no respect for Japanese American culture and our history. You'll be hearing from me soon. Let's go, Courtney. You go ahead, Mom. I'll meet you at the car.
So, you two are in some serious trouble.
We're gonna kind of back him up. Once again, words can't express just how sorry I am. Shh! Let me speak! Uh-oh.
Look, you messed up. And to be honest, I'm not surprised that you did this.
You guys are so oblivious. You don't even recognize me, do you?
Yep.
I come in here all the time to buy manga, but I've also invited you and your friends to some of our festivals, the new exhibit at the J-Town History Center. You never seem interested, though.
And it really pissed me off. Like, you claim to love Japanese stuff, but you're clearly leeching off our community to get the anime crowd to shop here.
What a dick.
We're more than kawaii stuff and sushi, you know. We're people.
Sorry, I'm not here to yell at you more. Mom already did that. I can go calm her down so she doesn't report you and get you guys kicked out, but the community will have to hear about this. I can try to put the sign back together. Definitely will be putting that sign back together, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you'll have us, to help you.
Wait.
Yeah?
That's J-Town.
Boo, boy! That's a bomb drop right there. Good work, Isaac.
It's all Taylor. It's none of my writings here. If it's not abhorrent words coming out of Dan's mouth, it's not. It's not me.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go, but here's my number. Text me and we can chat about a game plan later. For now, bring that sign back inside, yeah? Definitely. What an amazing person. Seriously, that was kind of her, but do you even remember her name? No, but I have her number and that's something, right? What a player. Any chance I can ask you for help one last time to bring this back in? Sure, but it'll cost another My Kids and Your Sister poster. Yeah, that's exactly what was going on there. Help Connor bring back the sign. It's your phone. Oh no, it's evil Colonel Sanders. Perfect timing. Swing by next time and I'll give you some more anime recs, okay? Connor heads into the back room. You catch a glimpse of a treasure trove of 3 sliced merch on your way out.
Hey!
Hey, Jeff, you. Sam strolls up to you. Be honest, how much trouble did that guy, Connor, I think his name was, cause today? Sam looks at you and then to your phone. They immediately understand you're about to take a call from Evil Colonel Sanders. Hello? Sam quietly watches you. They aren't going anywhere.
Hi there.
It's my favorite employee. Oh, anyways, give me the good news. How are you getting Evil Colonel Sanders' anime extravaganza into this exotic land? We're not dicks. We're not opening a store here.
Best choose your next words
thank you.
wisely.
Yes. Anybody who chooses the other option is such a fucking... I don't really care, but so are these next options basically to see if you want to pacify him or try and ease him or just piss him off?
Do you want like the above game meta or?
Basically, I'm just asking for if there's a route difference on these. So does he just
No, there's not.
Okay, so I'm just gonna be. We're gonna
Yeah,
be honest.
the only choice that matters in this game is if you are defending or who you're siding with at the end of the game.
I gotcha. Mass events like Japanese American incarceration in 1942 are brushed aside in school books. Yes, they are. But even worse, we never get to learn about the things that are worth celebrating. Annual festivals or the organizations that help people in...
Are you joking?
He is so loud that you have to pull your ear away. Sam grabs the phone. Oh! Hey there, Dan! It's Sam from J-Town.
Listen.
Yeah, the Sam you met at Gum and Coffee. Yeah, you did call me that. Still haven't received an apology for that one, buddy.
Listen.
Chaff, you did
J-Town
well.
isn't some real estate investment for your capital gains. We aren't here to be a backdrop for your shop. We aren't the products that you see in Japan. We're people. Listen.
Appreciate you having the decency to send someone in that isn't you, but they aren't changing our answer. Ah, yes, he's calling him one of his evil herbs and spices. You definitely hear racial epithets. Ooh. Yikes. Hey, Dan. Something ain't right with you. I wanted you to leverage some weakness and get me a plot of land to open up my shop. I'm just echoing them. They aren't going to budge on this. And I won't either.
Oh.
Those people are so stubborn. Sounds to me like you are, buddy. I'm offering to improve their neighborhoods with some classic American customs. They're too dense to recognize my graciousness, and you're just as bad. Your classic American customs are just taking people's land and appropriating their culture. You don't need that. Ooh. You hang up and turn to Sam, who has a concerned look on his face. So, chat, you got fired. Oh no, chat. Not the one out of the job now.
Mm-hmm.
No, I asked you
This
to
is
get
your
to know the
first time in
neighborhood.
J-Town, and you stood up for it like you grew up here. That ain't easy.
Everyone's love for this community really shines through.
Mm-hmm.
Even Connor. Oh, he is dense. He's going to probably get at least a temporary dirt nap later. Folks weren't jazzed about Otaku until Courtney and I made a case for him. Courtney texted me that she gave him an earful, though. Anyways, I'm glad you learned a lot while you were here. Still so much that you probably didn't get to see. The local temple helps facilitate recreational arts like Japanese flower arranging, and a lot of the businesses pool together their resources to host art walks that support local artists. Sounds so fun. Yep, it's pretty dope. Anyways, I don't want to keep you too long. You've probably got a lot to deal with now that evil Colonel Sanders fired you. Totally understandable.
By the way...
I'm guessing that was like a continuous break off.
Yeah, this is not super major. It's just kind of how do you want to end the game.
Yeah. By the way, you were thrown out of a limo. How are you getting home? They call you a rideshare. Front of the car Sam ordered for you.
Thanks.
Home safe, alright? J-Town will always be here, so come through whenever. Yay. Sam immediately starts chatting with Sharon. Settle into your seat and enjoy the ride home as the sun sets on... Yay! Oh, a secret password.
Yep.
I kind of want to know, but at the same time,
it's not super long if you want to do it, but
what is it?
it's a secret.
It's a secret. I knew you were gonna say that. I knew you were gonna say it. That is awesome, though.
Yeah, thanks for playing my game.
Absolutely, man. You guys did a hell of a job here. So, and look, there's even Abby's name. So I'm glad you had her in on this too. She's such a sweetheart.
Yeah, everybody was so patient with me throughout the game. So,
although I see cats there, and I see cats in conjunction with Abby's name, and it gives me PTSD. And it's all Empty Bomb's fault.
I promise Skimbleshanks is not involved with the production of this game.
Oh my gosh. That was just, yeah. Hey, Sam donated to their own game. But yeah. Yang had posted the Steam link and pinned it in chat, so... And it's free, and it's an extremely lightweight game, too, so even if you don't have a lot of space in your computer, or you don't have, like, a super jacked computer, no reason you can't play it. You made it for everybody, Isaac. So...
Yeah, I went through the nightmare of notarizing this game through a Mac so that more people can play it.
See, and that's what I mean. You're thinking. So, outstanding, my friend.
Thank you.
Yes, and no, seriously, I hope you get a chance to do more stuff like this, because I think stuff like this is really important for a couple of different aspects. The educational component is, of course, really big. But another thing that, and this is me, so I recognize I'm a little biased here, but you had a history component to it, and a lot of problems that we see in education, and even with a lot of understanding and appreciating other cultures and respecting other cultures, comes from a lack of knowledge of that history. So I definitely appreciate it, and I hope you don't stop at just this.
Yeah.
I hope there's something else down the line, but in the meantime, Isaac, I hope you get a chance to take a break with this and just kind of take in the success that this game is now and is going to continue to be. And just and just understand that all of us in this in the favorites community are extremely proud of you for what you've done here. And I know that those that are over in Abby's community, and Abby as well, since she signed on, she's extremely proud of you too. But excellent work to everybody involved. It was a fantastic piece, and I really enjoyed it.
Thanks. Yeah. No. And thanks again for, playing the game and having me on here. I haven't actually played through the game myself because I've been just, in the weeds of the code and the art and all that stuff. So being able to watch someone play today was really nice. Because I'm still too close to the project to sit back and enjoy it without being oh my god, I messed up this line art here, or oh, I could have done the coding change here and program this differently. So it was really nice to just take a step back and watch someone else experience the game.
Well, I'm glad we could do that. And one of the things that we hear this all the time, but we are our own worst critics when it comes to stuff like this. And as much of a perfectionist as anybody can claim to be, and this goes to everybody, the imperfections sometimes are what make projects and works of art the most endearing. And they're what sometimes also leaves the lasting impression that somebody will remember and bring them back. And in terms of an education game, it brings them back and has them go through it again and has them maybe learn some more or something else that they didn't pick up on the first time through. I guarantee I can go through this game again and pick up something else that I might not have picked up on the first time.
Yeah, and there are very slight deviations. If you went to Kenzo at the History Center first, some small dialogue stuff changes and you pick certain answers, very small things change throughout too, so you learn other little bits.
Yep. So but yes, once again, well done. And I encourage everybody that watches the stream or watches the VOD or anything like that to definitely go and check it out on Steam. So
yeah. Oh, and if you do, I would. The team would really appreciate some reviews. Obviously, because I've been sharing with all the crew to just make sure they see how much hard work they've done. But on the less fun side of it all, if we get to 10 reviews on Steam, we get thrown into the algorithm of oh, this game is actually worth checking out. So
gotcha.
A little review will help our exposure by a lot.
Sure, absolutely. And I will be putting my review in tonight, so you can.
Thank you so much, man.
Absolutely. So, guys, this has been a fantastic experience. I'm sure for Isaac, it's been a little bit of an emotional experience tonight too, to get to watch it. And we prep you for the real interviewers, like I said, and you did great tonight. So,
thanks.
But with that, guys, a couple of admin things before we say goodnight here. There will be no stream tomorrow. I've got stuff to take care of. We have 2 huge events coming up this month, and I gotta get some stuff done. I also need to figure out a way to make it up to History Girl because she wanted to do something tomorrow, and I unfortunately cannot. So, yes. Sorry, History Girl. I really do feel bad about that, but I have to cancel other stuff too, unfortunately. Chat, I hope that you have a fantastic week ahead. Our next stream will be next Friday, okay? Don't know what we're playing yet, but that's when it will be. Seriously, though, do go and check out the game. You know what? Even if you enjoyed what you saw on the stream, I think you can drop a review anyway, can't you?
I believe so.
Yeah, if you liked what you saw on the stream, go drop them a review. So, and just say, hey, I got to watch this game and it's absolutely awesome. So go do that. Isaac, it's been real, man. I appreciate.
Absolutely. Thanks, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you being here tonight. Have a good one. All right.
Thanks, you too, man.
Good job. And chat, I'm going to let you go now as well. Tonight, I'm going to send us over to, you know what, in keeping with this kind of Asian American and Pacific Islander, I'm going to send you actually over to Disby tonight, who is actually doing Killer Frequency, so it's going to be a stark contrast to what we played tonight. But I think it's appropriate that we take you guys over that direction. Please go over and give her some love. And like I said, we will be back next Friday, and we'll be doing something. Whatever it is, it'll be fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it tonight. Again, thank you from me. Thank you from Isaac. Everybody have a good night. Have a good week. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Take some time to do something new. Learn something new. We've already done a little bit of that tonight, but learn something else. It'll really help. And remember also that everybody out there, you all matter. Have a good week, everybody. Take care.